Coming up on the Lakeside Loop, the juniors and seniors head out on field trips, forensics shines at the state competition, and a special new character is joining the Lakeside Loop. The Loop starts now. Welcome back to the Lakeside Loop. I'm John Loest.
And I'm Natalie Popp. Before starting, we wanted to let you know this will be our last episode of the Lakeside Loop for this year. We are honored to have you watch our program. We will be back next year with some new and exciting twists. Make sure you watch the end of this episode to see one of the changes. And speaking of changes, students never mind a change of scenery. Last week, Wednesday, the juniors went on a field trip to Wisconsin Lutheran Seminary and Wisconsin Lutheran College. Nicole Powers tells us about the trip.
Well, first in the morning we got on the buses and then we went to the seminary to start off with and we took a tour there. We toured it and we saw a bunch of artifacts that they had. They had a scroll that was from really long ago. They had a huge library with all of the books and stuff and Bibles. We got to see the classrooms and what they all did in the classrooms and the church. I thought the church was really cool. The organ was really cool there because it was a lot bigger than the chapel and it just overtook most of the room because the pastor sang really loudly there, so they needed an organ that would make more sound for the pastors to sing. Then we went to the college, WLC. When we took the tour, they just took us around all the different buildings that they had. And it was really cool to see like all the different college experiences you can take in each of them, and all the different classes there were, and the different sports and the gym they had and the cafeteria. It was just really cool with all the buildings. The dorms were really cool. They were a lot different than other dorms that I've seen at colleges. They were a lot nicer. They're really big and spacious from what I've seen. And it was just really cool, the living area that they had, and then just the separate rooms that each person got if you were a freshman or a sophomore living there. It showed me what I wanted and didn't want in a college. I liked the idea of a Christian college, and it was a lot smaller. In WLC, you have 15 to 20 students in your class where you can talk to the professor and just learn a lot better there, I feel.
What a blessing for our synod to have such a wonderful institution to train our pastors and the opportunity to attend a college and still hear about Jesus.
The seniors took a field trip the same day. The seniors made their way to Wisconsin Lutheran Chapel in Madison and the Capitol. Besides visiting the two places, they did some canvassing. Nolan Mice tells us more.
So we went to Madison. We took 3 buses there. First stop was Wisconsin Lutheran Chapel. We met with Pastor Billets over there. We had a quick breakfast, and then we had a devotion with him, and then he brought in 2 former Lakeside students that go to UW, Hadley Wendorf and Sydney Langell. And then from there, we went to the state capitol, and we kind of had a self-guided tour. So we had to take pictures of certain spots or rooms and stuff like that around the state capitol. And then after that, we went to lunch. A lot of us went to Raising Cane's. But you could go wherever you wanted. It was raining and then it wasn't, so my group just went straight to canvassing. Some groups went to the art museum. Yeah, I would say it was overall just a fun experience. It was something different too, you don't do that every day.
Sounds like a fun-filled day. Thank you for sharing.
God has blessed many students with the ability to speak well in front of others. These abilities shined at last week's Family and Friends Night as well as at the state forensics meet. Jackson Gleason gives us the details.
Take the weight off the feet, eh?
Yes.
Lovely weather for the time of year, I must say.
Yeah. Well, enough of this mindless chatter.
Last week, Thursday, we had our Friends and Family Night, and on Friends and Family Night, all of our people in forensics get to work together. We get to see some of our friends' pieces. We get to basically have a warm-up before the state tournament on Saturday. Very big tournament, obviously. We had a lot of people. I think we had 2 different buildings that we were in. I think we had 28 people in our category alone. And me and Joseph were fortunate enough to go to the semifinals. I did play acting. Play acting is multiple people doing one piece for up to 10 minutes. You are able to use 2 chairs or as many chairs as you have people and a table.
Rulers of the sea.
A pirate victory.
The rulers of the sea.
We're off to see the wizard.
You basically just do a scene. It could be a scene that you select from a play itself, or you could pick a specific scene that's already been made. The piece we picked was called "The Speech Contest Has Been Canceled" by Ken Bradbury. It was a very comedical piece. It was a lot of fun to do, especially when you have other groups doing more dramatical pieces. As a team, we got second place in Division III. I think we scored about 142 points, which I think is one of, if not the highest Lakeside's ever gotten at this tournament. So, breaking records this year.
Sure, there are kids who are bullies, but the point is I'm not one of them because I didn't do anything. How can you be a bully when you don't do anything?
I really enjoy getting to perform in front of people, getting to see how my piece adapts throughout the season, and especially in play acting, getting to work with my friends to have a memory that lasts a long time.
Over a half-eaten bag of popcorn on a lunchroom table.
Way to use your talents. Congratulations on taking second place.
If you have seen little people running the halls of Lakeside with Mr. Lauber, those are not short freshmen. Graders from all around the Federation have been visiting to see what Lakeside has to offer. Mr. Lauber explains more.
So we are doing right now, we're doing high school classes with the second graders. One of the classes sounds kind of difficult, but we want to teach them high school classes. So we're learning the Renaissance period, learning about coins and about inventions and things that happened 500 years ago. So they have a good time with that. Our second class that we go to is a cool things in the world. So the Eiffel Tower, Taj Mahal, the Great Wall of China, things like that, learning where they are, what goes on. There's some really cool facts, and they all leave knowing something they didn't know before they came to Lakeside today. The purpose of this is to let them know, what is high school like? Our high schoolers are just normal people, actually more chill than grade school kids. What we still get to do is we still get to learn about Jesus, whether you're a young second grader, whether you're a 17-year-old, or if you're old like me, I'm 54 years old. I still learn stuff, so it's a neat place to be during those 4 years of high school.
So our physics class, which is taught by Mr. Goot, we did a project which was dropping an egg from about 100 feet in the air, which was assisted by the fire department. And we were dropping the eggs to try and figure out ways to slow down the egg, basically, or just make the impulse of it lower so that the egg would survive a crash.
We're good! It survived!
So Mr. Goot allowed us 100 fake dollars to use to buy supplies. The supplies was like plastic bags, balloons, cups, paper, stuff like that. And the good items like plastic and balloons were $20, so you couldn't really get a lot of it. And then the other stuff like straws and paper was a lot cheaper, like $3 to $7, but still $100 to buy stuff like that is not a lot when you're trying to save an egg. It was really high up and it was very shaky on the way up and down. I don't know, it was a little scary, but if you held on, it wasn't that bad. And the fireman said that it was designed to sway back and forth, so I guess it's fine. So there's 11 of us in the class. 9 of them survived. 1 of them had a tiny crack on the top of it, and 1 of them shattered. The ones that did the best were ones that used parachutes or a mixture of a parachute and balloon. And then 2 of them also used only straws, and those were the ones that survived. I thought it was a lot of fun. We do a lot of projects in physics class, but we also do a lot of, just regular schoolwork too. So it's really a fun class, and I've always enjoyed it.
I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for watching the Lakeside Loop for the past 2 years that I have been an anchor. I'll be saying goodbye as I head off to Bethany Lutheran College next year. Make sure you tune into the Loop next year. There'll be some fun segments you won't want to miss.
Excuse me, young man.
Who are you?
Me? I'm Gus. I'm going to be joining the Lakeside Loop crew.
But this was the last episode.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be here next year. They don't call me Senior Citizen Gus for nothing.
Like Senor Taple.
What? I said senior, not senor. I'm not that old. Say, Sonny, I've been here 40 years. Senior year, the best 23 years of my life. Say, how long you been here?
4 years.
Right, just like me, 40 years.
No, Gus, I said 4 years.
Right, 40. Well, anyway, God's blessings to you, John, as you head off to college next year. As for me, I'll leave you all with the famous quote from Star Wars. I'll be back.
As a reminder, this is our last episode. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next year. And now, you're in the loop. I'm Natalie Pop.
And I'm John Loest. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.